I'm always say it's all package. You know, first of all, it's the talent helps a lot, of course, but of course the ethic of work. You have to put in your mind ethic of work when you are professional. So since day one, when I start with a professional, let's say with 16, 17, 18, I'm always have ethic to be the best, to train hard, to listen to all the players, experienced players. And of course my dreaming coming true. I was professional, I played in the best clubs in the world, I won the most important trophies. So I'm glad to be in this position, but of course this is not coming from the sky. I dedicate myself and I'm working hard, and this is why the goals and all the achievements that I get coming from dedication and hard work.
As human beings, we're driven a lot of times by other human beings. What other player or players make you the best you?
That's a good question. To mention one, it's hard, but you know, the level that I am is like in other sports, Formula One, NBA. The best players always follow the best players. They want to be in the top of the game because the other ones, they are there. You know, you cannot rest or sleep because the other one can pass you. Of course, we fight with everyone. With Neymar, with Messi, with Lewandowski, with Higuain, you know, with the top of the best players in the world. So, I mean, this is not fighting, but it's hard, it's healthy. You know, comparisons is healthy, and we fight, you know, to be the best. This is why it's my main point, it's my motivation, it's to be better than them, year after year.
What makes you feel fulfilled?
In the football or in everything?
All of it.
All of it.
I care more about the man than I do the game. So what makes you feel fulfilled?
I speak with I was yesterday with the Peter Lim, and you know, the owner of Valencia, and he said to me, Cristiano, the most important thing, I knew it, and everyone know that, and he said, Cristiano, we have money, we have everything, we have fame, and he said, I have millions, billions, but the most important thing, it's the family. Keep your family healthy, good, and take care of your family, because this is the most important thing in the world. Apart of that, of course, you have your life, your private life, you have your girlfriend, you have your cars, your houses, your fame. But in the beginning, your family, it's always with you, for the good moments and for the bad moments.
A lot of people depend on you, whether that's family, guys that work for you, your children, your team, everybody.
The press.
The press, yes, the press.
They put it news about me to sell papers, that's normal. And
Does that happen a lot?
No,
That doesn't happen very often.
I'm joking, but in the same fact, it's true. But I know I depend on many people. But to be honest, if you're thinking too much about that, you lost your focus, which is the most important. You know, my focus, it's to be a good man and to do it my job properly. So this is what I'm trying to do. I know many people depend on me, but this is other side of me. And I try to don't focus on that, because in my it's important, but for me it's not the most important.
How you make the balance?
It's easy. When you work with the best team in the world, because I think my team, the guys who work
You have
for
the
me,
best team in the world.
in my opinion, yes. They work hard like me, outside the football. Of course, business is something that I like it, and in the future, I can see myself in that position. But now, as you know, I have to focus more in the football because it's my job. But outside of football, I have a fantastic team, the guys in the specific areas that take care of me. And I'm so blessed for that, and I feel, of course, happy for that, because I have an unbelievable team.
Do you look to the spreadsheets yourself? do you go to to ask the managers how business is going, or you are concerned?
Of course, I like to know.
Yeah, you do.
Yes, it's important, and it's, you know, when something have your name, I think you should have interesting to know how the things going on.
I want you to convey this message to the Arab youth and Egyptian youth about the role of a football player, how you are helping your country and your city?
We do many charity stuff, and I think it's very, very, very important. I feel good when I help the other people. We cannot help all worlds because it's impossible. Me with my team, we pick up the things that we think it's the best solution, and we try, you know, to do the good stuff, to be with them, to help some causes. So we feel good for that because, as I always say, when you help the other people, God will give you the double. So this is what I try to do all the time.
What makes you laugh?
Stupid things. When I have with my friends and we joke with everything.
You have friends outside of the football world?
My real friends is outside of football. The guys that I trust more, that I create a huge connection. Of course I have friends in football too, but outside of football I have more friends. I always call the real friends.
How fame affects you? How fame annoys you? How fame would restrict your life? Being famous, being the most famous man in the world.
Well, now I don't think much about that because it's a normal process. When I start with 18, 19, 20, in the beginning it was a little bit difficult for me. How to deal with the cameras, with the paparazzi, the guy who follow you to try to take a picture. But after a few years, you start, you know, to adapt on that. It's my life. I cannot change.
But paparazzi are annoying, really.
Sometimes, yes. Depend where you go. Some cities they are harder than the other ones. But it's part of my life. You know, I cannot regret that. It's normal. You know, when you win such a good things, you know, when you win the trophies, when you play in the best clubs in the world, when you win important trophies, golden, but you become in a natural way very famous. So you cannot deny that. So it's hard sometimes. I have to be honest. It's hard sometimes. For example, when I go to put, for example, my kid in a school, the paparazzi try to take pictures or shopping, but it's part of my life.
When you first came, I guess it wasn't as good. And certainly, I have spoken it all my life, but I find it hard to understand Alex Ferguson sometimes. So that must have been difficult for you at first.
But I still don't understand him. I had to translate, a Brazilian man.
So you had a translator
Of course.
What, for all British people or just for Alex Ferguson?
Well, basically, only for him.
Yeah. What things do you remember then? What things did he help you with? Which things did he teach you about to become a better footballer or a better person?
Well, it teach me in both ways. And in terms of personal stuff, I just have to say thank you for what he did for me. Especially when I remember the thing that I have more in my memory is the time when my father was sick in hospital. And we had in a tough moment of the season because we had important games in the Champions League, in the league. And I say, coach, I need to go to see my daddy. And I was a key player. I was a very important player. And he said, listen, your family is the most important that you have in your life. If you want to go 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, you can go. These moments is what I keep for me because it was the most important moments in my life. And he shared with me. This is why I respect him. And for me, is the best coach I ever had.
You know, you said earlier, he was like, you've said this before, he was like your father in the world of football. And there you just mentioned your biological father, who died in 2005, I think.
Yeah.
You know, I think a lot of us, I'm not that close with my father, but I have a couple of memories from when I was young that I remember very fondly, which are quite special to me. Do you have memories when you were young of you with him that you treasure above the other memories?
Yes, I have unbelievable memories. When I started to play football, my father was so proud of me because, you know, he was a kit man of a football club. And a few goals, I score goals, and next day I come in the paper like a small part, and he was so proud. He put it in his paper and he showed his old friends in the neighborhood. It's unbelievable memories that I have, and it's great. I just have his memories in my mind of my father, of this small moment.